Are we on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Microphone check. Lights.
Cameras.
Hit me. This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
We're playing the background, but there's a better song we are going to even do for you right now. Guys, if you join me in the studio, let's do it together in 3, in 2, in 1. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Olele.
Can you go and slide that one for me again?
Happy birthday,
dear
Olele. Happy birthday to you.
416.
Happy birthday, Olele.
And the Lord said, how old are you now? How old are you? Monday Bonds, please prepare for the second collection. Monday Bonds, prepare for second collection. There will be treasury meeting after service. We combine now with church service for you. The blessing number at once.
What you go chop? What you go chop? I mean, you know how we do. What you go chop?
You have like a humbling smile.
What you go chop?
I don't know, man.
A two chope?
Nicobitosis is. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm not really. I don't know.
And I'm very hallmark. Hallmark.
Yes.
I don't know. Live less to and I live less.
Live less.
Okay. Anyway, go home.
Kasavia. I share lie.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much. Birthday day.
In Kenya, like
I am a lie because
Yeah.
Abrabashme.
But isn't that the more
You are still in court with life,
We thank God. Like God has been faithful.
Yeah.
God has been faithful. I mean,
Olele doesn't do much on his birthday.
I don't.
He doesn't do much. He keeps it low key.
Yeah.
But we are now about to share the pictures and the videos.
Hey,
Yes, the post about to begin.
As much as possible, I just wanted to keep my phone off the grid. You know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, to praise God.
Yes.
They no posts from.
Yes.
Nah. It's one, like, I think my birthdays are often days where I just
DTS.
Take to reflect. Just reflect. You know.
Hey, Miro. On your birthday, you take to Miro. What I do, I'm reflecting.
It's a blessing, and we thank God for that.
This morning we were talking about you. Did you hear?
You do
about
attempt
DTS. I was
okay.
asking why DTS, and they explained for you.
Yeah. I mean, the other one is just a bit too. It's a bit. It's naked. So I had to put on some clothes.
They were happy to explain for you. Yeah.
So I just, I didn't want people to be flagging, content with that.
Yeah.
So I think at some point in time, people think.
Hey, and our content very mixed though.
Yeah. You know when I realized it was a problem, I woke up one morning and I noticed my notifications were blowing up, and I looked at the notifications and I had some strange followers. When the full name was on there, I had some strange followers. And these were followers who were, consumers of porn. And I'm like, excuse me, hello, sir. Like,
We don't do that here.
no.
Boss, how can you so?
So I had to immediately cut them off. Just.
So I
block
had to when I was doing lead, right, the audio series, because it contains a bit of some. So, for example, if AC has to moan in lead, and I don't want to use her engaging all her what she does, I have to download, either
Adult
porn,
stuff.
and then take out the the scene.
Yeah.
And just put the
the
sound.
audio.
Yeah.
Yes. And ever since then, I do receive a lot of emails from various
Sites.
yes.
We've missed you, Jay. Your last download was 3 months, 4 days, and 6 hours ago. Log in now to reactivate your subscription.
I have to do with that. Yeah, all the time.
Bryce, you have to
And
pay
some of
for-
them are very intentional. Even if you unsubscribe and they say, "Oh, we are sorry, we are sad that you are leaving us." Some go ahead and go like, we ain't leaving you, bro. We ain't leaving you. But anyway, yes. So it's a birthday special in here. It's a July
DTS.
thing, with exception of AC. That's far away somewhere at the
This
end
is
of the year.
the outlier.
Yeah, very
It's
far.
like when you have a
It won't
little
get there.
child that your parents didn't really
no.
plan for, but it's like really important. That's what I am in your life. You all love me, man.
You added the really important to yourself, bro.
Really important.
Yes, of course. Now we are inching closer to a very big moment here at Three
Why
Music
are we not
TV.
centimetering closer?
We are inching closer to a very big moment here where later on we'll do those announcements. However, we're still taking today's conversation on a rather very light note, but it's a part 2 of a convo we're having 2 days ago on arrogance and confidence within our creative space. The convo was heating up. We'll get into it in a few minutes, but if you're thinking of betting on your favorite teams, but the odds aren't encouraging, or you feel your money isn't enough for you to win. In fact, what you are getting isn't what you were hoping to get from the other betting platforms. That's where BetWinner sets the trends for you to sort out all of these for you as well. Now, it has a lot of sporting games on their platform, okay, that you can choose from. And you can find out all these from betwinner.com.gh. That's betwinner.com.gh, or you can download the app as well. There's good news for you. You'll receive 200% bonus from BetWinner on your first deposit of up to 3,250 Ghana cedis. How about that? Charlie, BetWinner has got the highest odds for you. So please use the promo code 3music if you want a better experience. 3music on there. Betting can be addictive. Bet responsibly, not for persons under the age of 18 years. And remember, Wakanow on Friday has got some giveaways on their social media platforms for you. So go to Wakanow Ghana or wakanow.com.gh on the website, or you can even visit their travel centers if you want to book those vacations for yourself as well. Sizzling deals, flights, hotels, accommodation, sorted courtesy Wakanow Ghana. I'll tell you about Live Resto Lounge in a minute, but don't forget to brush your teeth day and night with any of these variants of Pepsodent, either the herbal or the charcoal toothpaste, because the charcoal is made from natural charcoal, lemon, mint, zinc, and fluoride. This will whiten your teeth, it protects your teeth, whilst for herbal lovers as well, the herbal toothpaste is infused with a unique blend of green tea and herbal extracts that is formulated to repair and strengthen your gums as well. So brush your teeth morning and evening with any of these variants of Pepsodent. Lancaster got great news for you. 50% scholarship awaits you if you try to apply for your first degree program at Lancaster. Why? Because it is the only British university campus in West Africa offering you that vibrant student experience. That also equips you with youthful employability skills, taking you a step closer to the career of your dreams. Okay, now, so part 2 of our conversation. Let me say good morning to my very own DJ Black as well. Black, I'll call your name 10 times. Black.
That's not 10.
Yeah, you owe 6 more blacks, bro.
I owe
you
6
do.
more
That
blacks.
was just 4.
We had reached a point in the convo where it was getting very heated with, the striking the fair line between arrogance and confidence. Now, the backstory is that, well, there's no real incident that we can share, but I'm very sure a lot of us have faced various moments in our life where, as creatives, where you are either arrogant or you are either confident, and most of these times, the perception that is created from our end as creatives or creators to the client, to the agency, to the customer is that you are too known. At what point in time do you draw the line between when you must charge for what it is right and when you must learn the ropes? We were having this cover 2 days ago. It was very heated. Now you can join us via our social platforms as well, on Facebook, on Twitter, or X. On Facebook, we are live as we speak. So if you're watching us from wherever, hello, aloha. How do you say good morning in German, please? Again.
Guten Morgen.
Yes, something like that. And what about good evening? Bonjour, wherever you're watching us now. Now, let us draw this back. Let's draw this back a few conversations back to where we began, and allow each of us to share certain moments. And I'm very sure you out there as well, if you're listening to us or watching us, you can do same on our socials as well. You can share as a creator, unless you are not a creator. If you are outside our space, sorry, but you can also share your story. Now, what I'm asking for from you this morning is to share those moments when you probably faced, how do you best describe this? You faced that time in your life as a creator, as a creator, as a creative, where someone either priced you differently for what you thought it was worth, what you put out, or downplayed your work. Maybe not because it wasn't good, but because it was good and felt that you didn't deserve what you felt you deserved at that moment. And I'm very sure most of us have faced that. Now we're going to analyze these situations critically and try and find out if our situations presented and the moments we're in, our works presented itself rightly, or maybe per the environment we needed to understand that there's a certain rope you need to climb before you reach the point where somebody can declare that you really need to charge and charge properly. Then we shall also move into how to charge as a creative, how to put a price value to what you are doing. Most times we might say we are overpriced. Many times we might say we are underpriced. And also for persons like Mr. Alex Gokul, who has been the person who has also played creator agency, who has determined people's invoices and how much they deserve to pay. Yeah. We shall also understand what it takes to be priced, or what it takes to be paid what you think you deserve. 3 stages of this conversation. 9:26 it is. I want to start from the birthday man as well. And let's dig deeper into now the moments where you find yourself, because you are also very heavy on socials, especially on X, where you carry loads of influence. There are a lot of artists, a lot of individuals, corporates that reach out to you for business. And the big question that we are asking for to start off is, per your experience, carrying that influence on that social platform, how do you price? I want a story on how much you have requested for and the deal didn't go through.
Wow.
But then
yeah. How much I requested for and didn't go through.
Yes.
Okay, let me try and see if I can situate this properly. So first of all, X or Twitter is a platform that is very difficult to price. And that's because it's not like your TikTok or your Instagram or even a Snapchat where you have people interacting with the content regardless, right? You need to be able to create content on X where there are conversations. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Especially with the brand I have built, people come to you because you're able to drive a conversation or you're able to lead a conversation. So they come to you to tell you that, hey, we want you to talk about our product or write about our product in a way that it will generate conversations. Now, there are tiers to this, right? You have the group of ex-influencers that use infamy to popularize a brand or a product. All right. So there is a particular betting company that allows that. All right. And then you have another group, like some of us, who are, we like to think we are thought leaders. So how you are able to sell the product is where the challenge comes in. So you factor all of these things in your pricing, right? Okay. So I remember a few months ago, the African Development Bank Group, they had this meeting. They do this annual meeting, with their stakeholders in Kenya, and the agency reached out to me, and they were 3 days late. Okay. Right. So they reached out to me and they told me to, because of what they seen on my TL, they wanted me to add to the conversations from Thursday to Friday. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, great. So far you've come to me, and the time and everything, I'm going to charge you $1.5K. Dollars.
Okay.
Right. The agency is based in Morocco. So they come back to me and they tell me, we can't give you that, but we need your services. And I said, like, what can you do? They said, we'll give you $800. I said, that wouldn't be fair because that wouldn't be fair because you're also looking at the
Just to let you know.
you're also looking at the client. Right? You're also looking at the client. I'm giving like this like a typical example, and I'll tell you how much.
And so please note that down. Looking at the client.
Looking
that's
at the
another
client.
angle to look at. Yeah.
And that's why I'm using this example because when I had African Development Bank Group, my antennas, I said, oh no.
Alpha.
The national gig. So I'm using the international gig because local gigs, we all have a way of doing it. But international gig, when they come, they're like, wow, set, you know. But unfortunately, the international gig is managed by an African. So that is what the trouble is. But so they came back to me. They're like, no, we'll give you $800. I said, okay, we share $800. Like you said, I looked at the time, the dollar had entered 16. So I was like, okay, you find this out. Then when they came back to me again, they said, on second thoughts, they would give me 500. I said, oh.
I'm doing my calculations as we speak.
We talked the thing finish. You know, what's up? Like, you know, because at that point in time, I'm thinking, you've come to me. So, you know, there's this psychology that plays on your mind when the brand comes to you. When you go to the brand, you give them higher power, higher bargaining power because it comes off as you are desperate. But there's also this psychology. I don't know if maybe Cyril talk to us about that. But when they come to you, there's this feeling or there's this thing that they've come to me, so they might really need my services. So it gives an opportunity to really situate my pricing. You know, but that is where you often get beat because now you are stuck in a rock and a hard place. Yeah. Because like you said, the rate is good, 16. So do I take the 500 or not?
And the work you're supposed to do.
The work I'm supposed to do
is to speak.
Is to write about like daily from Thursday to Friday.
Yes.
The people who had gone to Kenya had already started their work. They were doing it already. Yeah. But they said, no, we need you to add your voice from Ghana.
Okay. So write.
So write about. So every day, whatever is happening, they gave us a portal.
So in 24 hours. Yes. Basically. Thursday to Friday.
Yes. They spoke to me on Wednesday and they wanted me to start immediately on Thursday. Yeah. Right. And I'm telling you that the time you came to engage me. Yes. You didn't fly me to Kenya. You didn't give me accommodation. So I am using all of that. I'm using my internet resources. I'm using my house. You know, I'm using my phone. Yes. You know, so I'm considering all of that, and I'm telling you, okay, this would be best because if you were flying me, you would pay for my ticket, right? If you were going to house me, you take up my accommodation. But now I'm paying for my rent in my house. You get it? I'm paying for the internet.
My own resources.
Yeah, I'm using my own resources. I'm considering all of that
to price it.
You know,
yes.
Because in my mind,
as a government guy, you have to
you understand?
Yes.
You know, but Jay, long story short, back and forth. The woman said, Charlie, we can only do 500.
That is currently 8,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes, and even that 500, when I finished the job, it took about 3 months or so
before the payment came.
So at that point in time, I'm like, hey, should I reconsider my pricing? Is it like the 1,500 scared them? Or, yes. You know, because I am thinking, you know, if you've been able, African Development Bank Group.
Yes, that's huge. Wow. Definitely huge budget.
Yeah, it's like APSA coming to call and say, yeah, come, let's do it. You are thinking, APSA are framing. You know, but you know, so I think sometimes you need to be careful with how you price lest you lose the gig. You know, and there are times where you need to be sure that do you feel your pricing was right?
I
feel it was right. I feel it was right because it was an international gig. Like I said, the psychology of the fact was it was an international gig.
So let's use the 1,500 as an example. Yeah. What did you consider to come to the price to arrive at that? Let's say 1,500.
So like I said, I talked about the internet resources. Because I knew how difficult, sometimes the inconsistencies of your data, know. So what that means is if I was on a particular network, because naturally, or as it stands now, I am on a particular network, it would require that I move to another network because you are giving me a KPI. You are giving me, because we need to send you timestamps of, the tweets and the post, right? And I also considered adding my LinkedIn because the kind of content they were requesting, I told them that X alone wouldn't be enough. But LinkedIn or Hona killers no. So they'll see, and truly, when I moved the content from my X to my LinkedIn, it was getting more engagements than that of X. With X, I tried to employ a bit of pop culture, meme culture here and there. They didn't get it. They said like, oh, like there's an animation where Obinim is telling the angel is telling Obinim, you're fast, right? So
when you use it on LinkedIn, it doesn't make sense.
No, when I use it on LinkedIn, but when I use it on Twitter, it showed up the engagements, right? And it brought attention to the thing. So I was explaining all of these things to them, but they were not getting it. They were like, no, we just want you to write about this. I said, okay, no problem. So I thought about that. I thought about the fact that I'm going to take my time and be watching the streams. I'm going to take, like, when I come back from work, I'm going to actually sit down and watch the streams and write my own, because they're not sending you captions. You will have to watch it
and create your
your captions. So I'm thinking about all those time spent as well.
Okay, I'm using it as a scapegoat, for example. So I'm using your birthday as a scapegoat.
No, it's okay, it's fine.
So do you check maybe an industry rate of such an engagement to factor in with your pricing, or this is purely on how much knowledge I feel I know?
So it's a combination of two. I spoke to someone who was from Ghana as well.
Okay.
Who gave me an idea of how much they had paid the influencers who started the gig.
Okay.
Right. So he told me to peg it. So sometimes too, it's about how you peg it. You peg it so that when they bargain, it comes down to So I was hoping that they would come down to maybe 1,000 to 1,000 B.
Yeah.
You understand? Now I was okay. Yeah, we need. You understand? But from 1,500 to 800, yeah, guy.
Okay, Cyril, before I come to AC, so Cyril, please, let me just tap into your knowledge for a second. In such an instance that Olele has just shared, you sitting as a client on that side, how do you read this? How do you read, his pricing? How do you read, do you think, no, this one, let me just cheat him. Or no, it's too much for what I'm thinking I'm asking for. I mean, just to get an idea, a fair sense of what a client thinks in such a situation, because in his instance, it has happened to a lot of us. And just before he shares his, if I tell you, you go laugh me, tease me to.
And the fear of also losing out.
Yes.
The fear of missing out.
He was brave. On your first answer, he was brave to go for $1,500. In my instance, I was afraid. He was brave. You can rhyme with it. I'm brave. It was a brave. I mean, I was a brave. And it was also an international client that reached out, and I was in disbelief, because when I looked at how dirty my studio was, and why they said they still want to, when I send pictures, I do small filter. And then they said, oh, we'll work with you. An international client coming all the way to Ghana to work with you to produce work for an international product, a multinational. So I was scared, and in my instance, I reduced the price to 500 cedis.
What?
500? I will tell you, but I didn't.
Yeah, at your peak.
Oh, I mean, every moment was peak in my mind. But little did I know, because every moment was peak. So in your situation, he's found value and he's charged 1,500 USD. I charge 500 cedis because I was afraid that if I charge plenty, Now, what makes me even hurt the more is when I went to collect the money. The day I went to collect the money, I think I've told you this story before. When I got there were dollar on the floor to about a height from ground level to something like dollars, pounds, and cedis. Then the lady asked me with the Cockney accent, which I don't want to wear myself trying to say it again. How much again was mine? Then at that moment, I nearly wanted to lie, because I said 500. And she said, was it dollars? Yes, dollars. But I remember that my invoice is there. If I'm going to say it, so I said, then she took 50 like this, 50 like this,
They paid you and the cleaner the same.
100, then 200, 500, and then she gave it to me to count. That's the sad part. After we both counted together,
just to be sure that indeed you came for 500.
Then the sad part is that when I took the money, it said sign here. Oh,
there's no going back.
So you see, in a situation,
and just to add,
yes,
it was because I had also been engaged in time past by an international client, and I undercharged.
So you were
they're learning.
You understand? So I was like, oh, okay, then as I grow, I will do better, because just like you, I've taken $300 for an international gig. No, but you see, it's a market. If it's local, I charge in cedis.
Yeah.
But as soon as I realize it's a multinational,
Okay.
is an international organization because they are going to pay taxes.
Yeah.
So you need to peg it in such a way that when they pay their taxes and everything, you are getting your real income.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, man must survive.
Man must survive.
You get me? These machines we buy and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
we
it cost
reinvest.
it. So Cyril, please. So now, based on what he's just said, considering all these investments that you do for yourself, in the situation where he went for 1,500, overpriced, underpriced for a work that's within 24 hours, what exactly should he factor in costing? And is it right for him to even charge those things?
Well, thank you for the question.
Yes, you're welcome.
Say.
For this consultancy, 30 minutes.
I thought you were charging us.
30 minutes will cost for $50 because I will do an audit of the situation. I'll do a recommendation based on the landscape, and I'll be able to give you action points to move forward and help you develop a billing structure that is competitive and also flexible enough to not ward off potential future clients. So if you are in agreement with these terms, I would like to answer your question.
Also, man, you $50. We'll finish
$50 only, right?
I just
for
want
half hour.
I just want to remind.
I
I want to remind Elma, our HR, that we seem to have a problem here. we seem to have a problem.
For each 30 minutes.
We seem to have a slight
miscommunication.
Yes,
something was not clear.
Yes, something was not clear with the understanding of the purpose of the way. The purpose. The Nigerian will say purpose of the way. Yes.
No, but I mean that's it. So should I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
So you owe me $50.
Yes.
You have me for the next 30 minutes.
Yes, $30. Watch my answer at 10 o'clock.
So with Olile's example, the scenario he gave, I'd like to ask, do you have a rate card, a standardized rate card?
I mean, at the time I didn't.
No.
Now I do.
Did you have a rate card at the time of the call?
No.
So that's the first red flag. Were you aware of the competitive billing for such a service within your industry?
I mean, like I said, I spoke to someone.
Not at the point of engagement.
No. Of course not. Especially with that type of niche or that type of market, because obviously what I do is pop culture, entertainment, music. My artist is about to drop a record. I want you to write about it. I want you to amplify it. So those are the kind of conversations I've been involved in even before I started going to that, space.
So he's answered the question. So as a creative or as any indie entrepreneur or business that offers services, even if you don't intend to, publicize your rate card, you have it because even internally it allows you to stay on True North. And your rate card factors in your resources that you are using to be able to be in the position to deliver the service with the added value
I want to understand. You see, the thing is that still, regardless having the rate card, if you share the rate card, there's this.
I'll get it. No, there's not.
All right,
there's not. So that is the difference between if you came to my studio today and you wanted a voiceover, right? I would give you a breakdown of what it would cost, and I would commit to what it would cost, right? This great script you've sent here, I would need to engage a voice actor or two for this script. An engineer would be present. This project can take 3 hours to record, mix, and master. You are allowed 3 edits on the same pay grade. I have access to a sound effects lab that will...
So like an itemized list of things.
Full details. So if I put the money there, you realize this is what you are getting. Now it becomes a trade-off. If you tell me that the 10 CDs I say I want for this job, you will pay me 6 CDs, then I'm telling you that, okay, I'm not going to give you my exclusive effects. I cannot afford you 3 hours in the studio. So you need to make sure that within 2 hours we will stop your project. The voice actors I'm giving you have 10 years of experience. If this is what you are willing to pay, I have a database of less experience but equally capable. You understand? So to the consumer, the consumer starts saying that, but I want the best. Everybody wants the best, right? And the consumer never wants to be blamed for the subpar quality they order. You understand? What could you reach out, the tomato spoil? You were the one in the market haggling for 1 hour. You weigh, they gave you to you. Or you could have taken the fresh tomatoes you were offered at the premium price. you having a written down, laid down structure on your website, on your link tree or whatever, right, mitigates all that back and forth. Okay? That's why when you go to a showroom for a car, they send you, if you've ever seen a car pro forma, the small book, 3-4 pages. They tell you that the G-Wagon is 1 million. You say yes. You will not call back and say, oh, I have 200,000, because now you've seen it. But there's the difference when you go to the roadside guy for your car. Car with the 150 and your mouth 90. Last, they'll sell you someone when they're weighing them away. Then you go and look, oh, where you need to. Then you reach and Massa appear so way back, gearbox in you. Then you start complaining, you fully sold me a bad car, blah, blah, blah. Put it on paper, build the structure, and commit to your own rates and your own service obligations. A lot of creatives lack the commitment to their service obligations, starting with adherence to time. 9 out of 10 creatives cannot tell you that this design you want me to design, by 4 p.m. latest, I would have emailed you. If you've ever worked with a freelance creative, it will have you like drawing blood from a stone. When I go get them, I did top. You make we see by Becky. If I finish now, I go holla you.
You don't have the culture of working around the hour.
Because they don't see it as a business. You see, if you see it as a business that operates Culture Daily from 7 a.m. till 10 a.m., you work around the hour. And because we have seen it as a business, creatives, the videographer who is filming us, the sound guy who have made this team a reality, because we are all engrossed in the business of Culture Daily, we are all here at dawn to make the business work. If it was a boys running minus the business structure, maybe I can buy telephone today, they already thing reach, I make late on radio, that's it. So structure is the first thing that defines you from just being another floating talented person to becoming a business. Case in point, the photographers. Everybody was taking photographs back in the day, capture, all these pace setters. Those who are still relevant today from that era institutionalize their craft. Wedding, pre-wedding, groom is on the invoice. Pre-wedding, bride is on the invoice. Engagement, groom and groomsmen and family is on the invoice. Bride and friends and family to church procession. They'll put it inside. So the pre-one, you get 20 final shot, 10 shot. So you know that the thing you are paying, you are getting 200 final photos that capture from your bachelor's night to
wedding itself,
this thing.
or the reception.
You will not call him. That's what you are getting. That's what he comes. Click, he bounces. Back in the day, photographers they tire. Oh, you know, cut that my auntie way. Then they wear the blue.
I beg you. Can I make it tougher for you?
Make it tougher. Let's go.
Esilfo is an actress.
Yes.
She on her invoice, maybe she can't tell you 4 words, two hugs. 5 kilometer run, no kissing.
No hugging.
How then does she? Because it is people like her then that gets the hard punch. I mean, I've seen you try to answer all the ladies smartly. I like it, no problem. You know, but in a situation where you can't actually itemize the service because it's purely on talent. You know, how then does she price herself, you know, and make her not look arrogant or overconfident to what she's doing?
Jay, before he answers, I want to ask AC, in that space, how are you guys paid? Is it a fixed amount or you have a conversation?
Let her laugh first.
Because I've always wondered how actors get paid. I know in Hollywood.
You laugh.
Is there a conversation prior, or you just come? Oh, you audition, you shoot, and after I say take.
First of all, it depends on the tier of actor. Like you belong to.
I'm nodding.
And some people are engaged that very day. You get there, fill a form, and then they give you. It's in the form where they're going to pay you already.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but me no. You need to know, and you need to know industry. You need to know. We all start from somewhere. So I've been in on productions where I get there and then what I'm going to be paid is already in my form, but I've gone past that.
Okay.
Right so now, one of my biggest engagements would have to be Sky Girls, where I worked with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Okay.
That was one of like my biggest paychecks, and they paid for the acting, which constitutes my. They took care of costume. They took care of my food. They took care of transportation. So they paid for the talent, as in the acting.
So the hours spent.
And the hours spent on the set. And then when they were done, they paid for the influencing, so posting of the movie and making noise about all of. They paid for that, and then when they were done, they paid for being ambassadors for the brand as well.
Oh wow!
Yes,
that's Bill and Melinda.
Yes, they were very thorough in the dealings, and it was a lot of money.
That was the first time you saw a document like that.
Yes, the first time in my life ever.
Wow!
And then after that, any other person that I had engaged with, even though, yes, they didn't break it down that way, they still paid for the talent and they paid for the hours. Most of them took care of costume, but if they don't take care of costume, they make provision, even though sometimes it's very tiny. You know, but there's still a challenge as to how much to take, because quite recently, someone reached out to me and told me they'll give me 1,500 cedis. I don't know what they wanted me to use it for.
To act. For what? To influence or something?
To act.
You should have acted. Surprise.
Oh, I was very surprised. And they were going to pay me. It was for a series. It wasn't even for a movie or like a short scene. The whole thing. Wow. I think out of about 10 episodes, I was going to be in about 6 or 7 episodes. Want to pay me 1,500 cedis. And after that, I'm not getting the money immediately. We're supposed to have gone through the shoot. It should have premiered, and after it premieres, all 13 episodes premiere. That's when I'll get 1,500.
1,500.
I already work at 3 Music TV. What will I use that money for?
1,500.
I don't know, man. Yeah, and there are people
that clearly is an underpayment.
Yes, and some people would take this money hands on, and I'm like, so the other people.
That's what I mean. Like, come on.
Okay, Okay, so Essie, hold on. No. In as much as you want to see me, I like to play the devil's advocate. Wait. Don't go too fast.
Yeah.
Again, I want to come to Serial to answer this question for me. For Izzy. I want to ask about self-investment.
Yeah.
At what point in time do you also invest in yourself, or must it always be a conversation of what I am worth?
Great. So before Cyril answers that question, that's why you see I said the very first time when I started and I get there, and in fact I started from when they were not even paying me. Let me even say that. Yes, I started from there. And then move on to, here's your agreement, your talent agreement. It's not even a contract. It's a talent agreement form. You sign it. What you are going to be paid is there already. And it's at that point where I started talking to some of the big actors, because you're on the set with bigger actors. Someone is taking 24,000 Ghana cedis on the same set that you're taking 1,000 cedis. Why? What's the difference? And so I always say this in even any other topic: ask questions, because the people, if someone is taking more, why aren't you asking how they got there? Forget all the shenanigans of social media. People have put work into their craft. Some people walk onto the set with their whole costume set. Did you consider the
self-investment I'm talking about?
That's what I was about to get to, because that's what I feel like changed me. Before I get onto the set, I let you know that this and this and this is what I can offer aside just coming to act, because I've been a production manager before. I've worked on sets where I've been an assistant to the director as well. And so there's a lot of things that I can do. And so where else would you need the expertise? Aside that, when it comes to my costuming, I can sort it out. Just let me know what you want. I can break it down. I won't call myself a costume designer yet, but if you tell me what you want, you can
give it to them.
Put your budget down and give me that money, and I'll sort out my costume. I've done for a number of people.
Is 1,500 too small for their skill?
It's too tiny. Because sometimes you can look at the...
So what is your itemized bill? What is going to go into why you think
that's where I feel like Cyril will have to come in, because when we're talking about things that we have to look at, it depends on the movie. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If it's a one scene, right, and I don't have to take care of my costume, I don't mind taking, let me not mention it, but there's an amount of money I don't mind taking. It's really not a big deal. I'm just literally coming to show my face. I should be done in 30 minutes. 45 minutes. I'm out of there.
An episode, an appearance?
No, probably just a scene or two.
Cyril, do you sense... Sorry, let me be hard on you a little bit. Do you sense arrogance, celebrity status?
Smell? She came from a particular point.
And I let me say this. I still don't think... This after Sky Girls.
So
and I still don't think I am there.
Oh, no. Don't take... I'm doing a hard question, hard talk. You know how they are drilling the SRC, CNN is drilling, was showing the drill for the Secret Service, whatever. Yeah, I want to do that here. Okay. So I want to just find out that You see, she's speaking after Sky Girls.
Yes, and that's
where
because,
she's given a certain experience.
Yes, and that's because the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation showed her a different type of pricing.
Yes, no, but even when she did not deserve it.
Yes.
I'm not saying.
When you say I did not,
No, not that you did not deserve it. I'm just saying that it could have come that foundation could have said that it's a non-profit thing we are doing, right? So a non-profit thing we are doing, and we need your. It could have come without payment, and maybe because of what the reach of that project, you might have considered it as, let me just throw it in. But after going through that experience and being paid well and treated right, any other thing that came subpart that you felt underpaid.
It's not like I didn't take it because even after that, like I
so
said, that's my biggest paycheck. That's my biggest. But it doesn't mean I haven't done anything that was smaller or less. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I've done a number of productions that didn't pay me as much.
Open your eyes to what you can get from the industry, not what you are worth.
No,
that's what I wanted to ask her about. I wanted to ask, when Bill and Melinda came in, did it immediately change your psychology about how to price depending on who is coming to you?
First of all, what it made me know was that I had some self-esteem issues when it came to acting.
Okay.
But when I got into that audition, I realized I know I have it because the panel pointed out a few things to me. I always ask questions, like I say. Yeah. They pointed out a few things to me that when you're looking at some international actors or actors in general, these are some of the things that they should be able to do. And I had that because of, rehearsing, watching other people and all of that. So I realized that without even knowing, I had been investing in my acting.
Right.
From learning and watching other people.
Underpricing yourself
the whole
out
time.
Of the market.
And so it opened my eyes to, okay, if you're doing this for yourself and investing, you have to reap from that investment. It's time that you're spending to make yourself better and you make yourself a better actor. And another thing that this project did for me was to let me know that there's different types of pricing. Quite recently, I was at a master class where I've forgotten this man's name. I'm so sad. What's his name? The man who casted for Beast of No Nation.
The one who passed
Andrew?
away?
No.
MK Casting?
MK Casting, yes. We had a master class with him. And he told us that there's tiers of actors. There's about like 3 or 4 tiers of actors. And the money that a tier 1 actor will be paid, there's no way a tier 4 actor will be paid that. No matter, even if their talent is the same, they will be on the same set. But what the actor in tier 1 is bringing, it's not the same that the one in tier 4 is bringing. I can say that even on the Bill and Melinda Gates set, even though I was the lead cast, I wasn't paid the most.
Wow.
Because there were other people on there that had more popularity than I did, had been on the set longer because I was on the third one.
Right.
And then they had been the first and second. There's no way they'll pay us the same thing. But for me, it was good. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I see what she's coming
Do you get
from.
me?
It makes sense.
Yeah, for you, it was good. That's also opened your eyes to what you could be worth. In all honesty.
For what I am worth.
For what? Yeah, what you could be. In the sense that, like, wow. This is how it actually feels like.
This is how it works.
Yeah. For walking through the process at the beat, maybe understand that there's a whole way that these things are done.
Yeah.
So I realize that's what I'm saying. So what you could be worth is in that context.
Yeah. So my question is the impulse effects of moving in that direction, and then you get hit with the soccer ball, like you get another invitation,
but
like,
it doesn't present that.
Yeah, because I've seen my
worth.
Seen it. Okay,
but is it your?
All the other projects
I've
done after that, right?
Yeah.
When that's why I say it depends on who you're working for. Because if I'm working on a set, right, and the most paid person is taking maybe a 10,000 Ghana cedis, probably you might not even know how much other people are taking, because some people are very confidential and what's not. But wherever you mark up your price to, just me, I'm very bold when it comes to this thing. So I'll put out the price. I talk to Cyril a lot. I'll ask him how much you think, for a project like this, and he'll ask for a breakdown. And I think we should charge this way. Take it up. When you get there, you're presenting them your worth, because especially in this industry, if you give them this, they'll take you for that. Especially those who want to give you what they think. You get them, you give them what they're already thinking of you. They'll give it to you, and that should be a red flag for you.
So have you missed out on another big opportunity because
of
you
pricing?
Acknowledge your worth, you acknowledge the investment you put in, and when you presented it, they didn't call you back?
Oh no, I've no experience.
So if so, Cyril, there's a children's fair, huge children's fair happening at Ifatalaland Children's Park. we're expecting about 10,000 kids to come in, and they want a silver to host the program. It's a corporate event. It's a corporate brand that is investing in the kids and doing this thing. There's a gate process and all of that. And silver says he's charging 20,000 as an MC. Is it a right fare or a wrong fare?
Even less.
No. So answer me, I beg you. Answer me for TV and answer me for TV.
I'm being real. I'm being real. Why do you want this? Why do you want it so far to host at the
No, I'm coming. I beg you. Hear the question well. Yeah. I beg you. I know time is up. You are managing her. There's 20. She wants to put up 20,000 Ghana. She hasn't reached a client yet. She wants to put up 20,000 Ghana cedis. I beg you, with the Ghana. I want to take all the factors and consider it and answer the question for me because I want reality. She wants to put up 20,000 Ghana cedis as an MC for the event. What would you advise her on? Go ahead or chill.
Go ahead.
Issy, would you go ahead?
You've not mentioned who the brand is. Then again,
the reason why I said she would go ahead is because it's two things. It's either you want her there because she brings a certain crowd, or you want her there because the crowd you are bringing resonate with her and she can manage that crowd for you.
Would you advise the 20,000?
To take the 20,000? Or
you are filling up a Sutherland's Park. You are filling up a Sutherland's Park for a 5-hour, 6-hour event.
No, my psyche.
I wouldn't.
I feel like it would be tricky for me. I don't know.
Okay, this is how it's very simple.
Yeah.
This is how you break it down. It's two things. Either a sofa is bringing a crowd that you need, or a market that you need to know about this event. For that, she's priority. Or the crowd that you are bringing needs a certain engagement and interaction that only she can offer. That adds value to your event. If you look at it as one entity, that event, so how much you go collect? Yes, then 20,000 seems absurd. But here's the case where a sofa says, okay, what is your attendance estimate? How many people do you want? Oh, we are looking at about 2,000 people. Okay, is it a ticketed event? Yes. Okay, 2,000 people. What if I can tie off 500 of those 2,000 people purely from my social media platforms and get you those tickets directly from my platform? That's one. That's direct value that you are getting. From signing a sofa on, you've already got 500 people coming to your event, right? A sofa says, now I'm not going to do this in isolation because part of my personal brand principles is that anything that I engage on, I do extensive social media content for. So I'm going to profile your company, profile the event, speak about all the good things that are going to happen prior to that. And whether you like it or not, I'm going to do this. And I capture that in the value I'm bringing as an MC. So that is 8,000.
So whether you like it or not, you pay for that?
You pay for it if you want me, because I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to do it for free. When I come, I have a personal blogger who takes content, and that content I'm going to create, all the experiences, all the meet and greet, I'm going to promote that again. That's another 8,000 cedis. That's 16. The 4,000 that you are paying me is for the MC work I'm going to do on the day of the stage. And my brand cannot be fragmented. I cannot offer you one without the other. Yeah. So if you're asking for a software, this is the package you're asking for. Because you cannot go and buy a G-Wagon body with Matisse engine. So if you want a G-Wagon, pay for the G-Wagon and enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
I'm not saying you can't go buy a G-Wagon.
With the Matisse engine.
Close the show.
Not even a Toyota Matisse.
So, you see...
Close the show.
I understand, Cyril. Our time is up.
And one thing I want to say to all creatives is...
Yeah.
Lose the job. The question you asked, set your price, make your value clear,
say no.
Show your structure, show the business in you, and lose the job. Because losing that job solidifies you as the value that you want. It solidifies the value that you represent. Somebody wants a voiceover from Jay Foley, and they have 200 CDs for a 3-page voiceover. Jay Foley will not do it. Lose the job.
Yes.
You are hungry, you are starving, you are eager, you are excited, you are anxious, blah, blah. There's a phase. But if you are at the phase where people are reaching out to you and asking you for billing for your job, make sure you are structured and you stick to your guns. And it's okay to lose the job. Tell the next client that Jay Foley called me for an MC gig for 10,000 and I didn't do it because I offered him all this and he didn't see the value in it. So my billing is 20,000.
Disclaimer. This does not mean that you should wake up by heart and go and collect charge by heart. We are not responsible for your hunger. For your hunger.
Right.
Yeah, we're not responsible for your hunger. But our time is up. We have to go. But I would advise not to go for that. You are worth the 20,000.
But
Economy is hard.
Yeah, you see, that's why I
There's a-
said.
the bat is the problem.
I wish you also spoke about
so-
markets. Markets, different types of markets.
I would-
You see, let me tell you why.
I would
Let me
But
tell
did
you
you
why.
hear what Cyril said? If you listen, what you're saying without all the added value is 4,000 cedis.
Yes.
Really?
You want me to come and jump on stage and shout, "Hey, what's up, guys? Let's make some noise."
The MC in itself is 4,000 cedis.
But
If
you don't just want somebody to come and
yes,
talk to
that's
you.
not what you want.
No, but I didn't ask for all those post
I just
social
want you to come and
That's come and MC for me. So let me.
No, I
take
don't
that.
do it. One
I
doesn't
would
come with
have
that.
gone for the 20, but I would tell
Listen,
the client that,
can
and
you-
I usually do that. I'll tell the client that it's 20,
Jeffoli.
but I'm giving you a deal on a first time
No.
engagement on that. That's what I usually do.
No, that's a
So
discount.
I'll give you a discount on my service.
It's a discount principle, and that works
Yes.
as well. But what that also teaches the market is that there's always an option of discount. So it depends on the kind of brand you want to be. If you want to be a premium brand, if you want to be Anita Erskine, I keep me using her because she's my big sister. If you want to be Anita Erskine, set your price and shut up. Let them come. Those who value you and see
They'll
it,
come for you.
they'll come for you, and
Yeah.
you will be fine.
Yeah.
Right? But if you want to be the flexible, relatable, everybody's friend, oh, me fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna collect your 3K, 4K,
No,
they
to
go.
me, is there a common or a common?
It's about who you want to be.
common.
It's about who you want to be
Because
and
you know,
what.
to be fair, being an entrepreneur in, I don't know about other countries, but in Ghana,
I had the same boss here, bro.
look, you have a season where gigs are coming, like a month, you get back-to-back gigs, right? And when you have a dry season, it's
dry.
proper dry.
Listen, clients have money. Let me tell you why I know clients have money. When it was Corolla time, when it was Corolla time, right?
Yeah.
Nobody negotiated when they needed voiceovers, IVRs, and animations to tell people how to use a hand washing basin.
Yeah.
My email was full.
Yeah.
Can you send an invoice? Okay, please go ahead. Can you send an invoice? Okay, please go ahead.
Because
nobody, there was no longer. Oh, my boss said that. Because Corona, at that time, they knew that they needed that video, or they faced lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean,
They needed video. They needed that video. They needed that video. They needed that video in the middle of Corona, or else they face lawsuit. They needed that voiceover on radio, or they'll face repercussions. So they didn't look at any invoice. They have the money. When they are in their comfort zone, why does it want 10,000? Then they'll be haggling with you for 3 weeks on invoice. And the day you approve the discounted invoice, they'll ask you, "Can we get it tomorrow?" Close the show, my brother.
On that note, I will not pay. I shall not pay Cyril because his deal was $50 for 30 minutes.
Do you know something?
41. I have to close now.
Oh, do you know something?
I have to close. Why are you dragging it?
Do you know something?
Yes.
I have paid myself already by your massive viewership.
No. The deal was, we shall not pass it. Our time is up. Thanks for being an amazing audience. There's great news coming in tomorrow here on 3 Music, so keep your eyes glued to our socials as well as our channel here as we unveil a big day right here on our calendar. It's J Serial. It's it's all of us. Happy birthday to Olele. Thank you so much. You are worth 50K for that MC job, and we out.